The first official session of F1 2021 is in the books, guys, and this is your first practice 1 or FP1 or whatever you want to call it, Bahrain FP1 review. We'll break it down. Don't know if we'll do practice 2, might, but we'll do practice 1 since it's the first session of the year. But we had 3.5 seconds covering the grid from Max to Mazepin. I will say Mazepin's name. Like, these people, right? If you think what Mazepin done wasn't right, and it wasn't right, but like, see these people that just won't mention his name, what's that going to achieve? I mean, in my opinion, that's just pathetic. But yeah, Mazepin down in last. Well, that's where he belongs. I mean, it's going to be 19th or 20th for Mazepin this entire season, so you know, I mean, the people are marking out about him being last. I mean, he's in by far the worst car, and he's up against Michael Schumacher's son, so anything but last would be fucking pretty great for the guy, in my opinion. But yeah, we move on. Yeah, so Verstappen from Bottas, from Norris, for Hamilton, Leclerc, Perez, Gasly, Sainz, Ricciardo, Giovinazzi, Kimi, Vettel, Stroll, Tsunoda, Ocon, Alonso, Russell, Latifi, Schumacher, and Mazepin. But in terms of like what I think stands out here, you've got Alpine, who are down 2.4 and 2.1 off the pace. Now, that is not, I don't think it's representative. Ted was talking about they were running aero parts and stuff they didn't do in testing. And because this isn't a representative session, because they're nowhere near the pace they will be in the race or qualifying, FP2 is definitely the session to have a look at. But doesn't mean the times don't mean nothing. You'd much rather be up the top than you would be at the bottom. But I do feel like Alpine will be at least quicker than Alfa Romeo, you know, and same goes with Aston Martin and Tsunoda. So I think you can automatically put them in those 5 above Alfa Romeo. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just personally believe that. And then in terms of the top 9, you've got Max, which is no surprise there. Mercedes, no surprise there that they're up there, but I'm not really surprised about the gap being 3/10 and then 5/10 for Hamilton. McLaren up there with Norris, that's not really a surprise. Leclerc, some people might think that's a surprise, but I don't. Leclerc's great over 1 lap, so him being up there is not really too shocking. Perez, a wee bit off the pace, but like I said, I mean, Hamilton's also 5/10 off Max. You know, Perez is 6/10 off, well, near 7. I mean, it's just FP1, guys. There's not an awful lot to read into. I mean, you've got Sainz, who's like 4/10 off his teammate. Ricciardo, who's 5/10 off his teammate. I mean, Alonso's slower than Ocon. You know, there's not an awful lot to read into here. But what I would say is it's looking good for the likes of McLaren and Red Bull, I think. In terms of who it's not looking good for, Aston Martin, Alpine, Mercedes, from a standpoint of we need to beat Red Bull. The Mercedes did still look awful out on track, in my opinion, all over the place at the rear. But yeah, be interested to see what happens in FP2, guys. Leave your thoughts down below. But until next time, peace.